Welcome to the Barter Edge podcast, your insider guide to smarter business, bigger networks, and better ways to trade. We're here to share real stories, expert tips from different industries, and fresh ideas to help you grow your business using the power of Bartercard. Well, welcome everyone to another episode of the Barter Edge, the Bartercard podcast. Today we're here with a very special guest. We got Andrew Csabi from AGC ProTec, which is a fully licensed and accredited security company operating nationally since 1990. So that's an amazing achievement already there, Andrew. With over 30 years of experience behind them, AGC ProTec is now one of Australia's largest security organisations. But not only that, Andrew has been a Bartercard member for also over 30 years. So you're a bit of royalty here on the Gold Coast in the Bartercard team. So welcome, Andrew. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about your security company?
Yeah, thank you very much. So, Andrew Csabi, I'm the director of AGC ProTec Security. We've been in business now 37 years. It's a national company. We also work internationally in Bali and Vanuatu, installing cameras, alarms, access control, monitoring back to base. So it's a great dynamic company, got great staff, and our clients include national brands like McDonald's, and we've got restaurants, pharmacies, etc. And that's taken us overseas now, installing alarms and cameras.
That's so amazing. And security is such an important part of not just business, but life, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Look, the recent trends in the last 2 decades I've seen out of my 37 years in business has been that crime's on the increase. It's been an unfortunate statistic that, innocent people have been caught up in either home burglaries, forced entries to dwellings, which is on the rise at the moment. Car theft's a big one, and youth and juvenile crime. So, it doesn't have to be a person that is invited that violence to their premises, workplace, home. It's been an unfortunate statistic. 1 out of 20 people will be broken into possibly every 2 years.
Wow, that is a huge statistic, and that's why we need people like you in the Bartercard community. Can you share how Bartercard has impacted your business and what success that you've achieved since being with Bartercard?
Yeah, I've been Bartercard pretty much since the commencement, and we've done $1 million plus business with Bartercard. So more recent jobs we've done with Bartercard has been, homes, sheds, factories, installs, etc. But Bartercard's been important to us, where we've actually used our Bartercard dollars to grow our cash business in the cryptocurrency world. So Bartercard's been an integral part of our business to grow our business and our client base nationally.
That's great to know. So on that, what strategic or innovative ways have you been able to use the trade dollars you've earned in your business and life?
Yeah, it's a great question too, because we've managed to do functions. We've managed to hold lunches with our clients on full Bartercard restaurants, and then we've split them over a couple of weeks. Was one of our initiatives to get all of our clients to come and have lunch with us, to reward them, and also to showcase our business. So we chose a really nice restaurant, and we just made a campaign of that over a couple of weeks to get all of our clients there. Obviously, people can't fly in from overseas, but yeah, we had all of our clients from Queensland, New South Wales, and mainly from Melbourne as well, flew in and all had lunch with us on Bartercard.
That's amazing. Now, from your experience in security, you've just given us some pretty alarming statistics. What trends or opportunities should business owners be looking at the moment?
Yeah, well, Bartercard's an integral part of our business, so we could accept Bartercard to be monitoring or to install alarms, cameras, access control and the like. So those electronic products that we mainly install now. And Bartercard's a great way to utilise those dollars. And then, we can also attract our own customers on referral basis via Bartercard customers as well.
Oh, fantastic. Now, you've been in business for over 30 years, 37 years, wow. What are 3 practical tips that you could give our listeners that's helped you with your longevity in business?
Yeah, practical. Well, when you get a lot of opportunities given to you, it comes from hard work. So you've got to be ethical. You've got to be real. You've got to have ethics in business, and that then goes to credibility and longevity for me, personally running this business now. So I'm old, but I'm experienced. There's a reason. And, sometimes for me in early days when I was going around and knocking on doors personally, it was the 48 no's, but it was the 2 yeses that you got that made the difference. So don't be deterred by receiving a no from a potential customer. That customer may realise their value in a year or 2 years or down the track, but it's the relationships that we've built. So, as I said, is your credibility, know what you're doing, then your longevity, and then keep trying, don't give up is my attitude. I have the will to win, I'll win. And then the last thing is have a great product. So it really goes in a triangle: people, products, services.
That's a fantastic answer. I'm sure a lot of people will get a lot of value from hearing your tips on that. What's kept you motivated all of these years?
Wow. I mean, I'm a very competitive person. I have to say that being competitive in the sporting field, which I was playing AFL, contact sports, sailing, I've maintained that will and that drive and that ambition to actually. I think business is like sport, so I've always maintained that where you have the attitude, you have the will to win, you'll win. You might not be globally successful, but on a small scale that I've got in Australia, we're completely successful in our business. So I just applied those attitudes and attributes of sport in my early sporting career to business, and it's worked for me.
Amazing. Andrew, can you tell us about some of the key products and things like that you highly recommend businesses look into, like coming through you? Is it enough to just have like security cameras, or are you going to need more than that at your home and business these days?
Yeah, once again, it's a great question, because the answer to that specifically is that you need a holistic approach when looking at a property. When I go and do an audit, a security audit for a business or a residential property, so I look at the foliage, the layout of the property, the lighting. Then we look at, okay, if there's offenders going to enter the property, which way are they going to come from? They're going to come from the waterfront, or they're going to come from the street over fences. So look, cameras are going to show you what happens after the effect, even though you can monitor your cameras and have them over to your phone. But intrusion motion detected alarms is the key to protecting your property, whether it's a factory or residential property. And you can get pet immune sensors. They'll ignore any pets under 28 and 28 kilo, 14 kilo. So if you're installing pet immune sensors for your property, you can leave your pets inside.
Oh, that's incredible. How much has the technology changed just in the last 5 years? What big differences have you noticed?
Yeah, plenty. The difference in technology mainly in the last 5 years has been, the motion sensors allowing you to have your pets in the house, the cameras that are two-way cameras, flashing lights, audio two-way, giving off sirens, giving a warning, a verbal warning to leave the premises, and then having that push notification to our control room as a video verification of an offender being on site, or you're having it push notification to your phone. So it's been incredible now that the cameras are so far advanced, even in the dark now they're colour cameras and motion activated.
That's insane, isn't it? I remember my dad was right into security when we were growing up, and we just had, that big alarm thing, but it wasn't hooked up to the power, because if it was hooked up to the power, they could cut the power and still break in. And like, there wasn't even really much in the way of security cameras. Like now you can get a camera on your doorbell even
Correct.
to see who's at your front door. Whereas back then it was just this big siren, and when it went off, everyone in the street, they went crazy. So you would have seen and had to keep up with a lot of the advancements, wouldn't you, in the security space at what is the latest technology, what is best for the individual premises as well.
Yeah. Well, advancement in technology is incredible now. So you look at the computers that we had 20 years ago, now you can run your office on your phone. So the advancement in technology on alarms and cameras, it's been amazing, where the resolution of the identifying an offender, so facial recognition, number plate recognition, all of these things are available to the actual public now, not just to government. We sell cameras that are approved by governments and armed forces, and they'll do video verification, they'll do facial recognition, number plate recognition, and you can track an offender automatically through a shopping centre from the time they enter, from the time they exit. So it's incredible now, the technology that's available to the average business or the average residential home.
How often, with how quickly the technology is moving, how often should people revisit the security systems that they've got? Because is it a set and forget, or is it this is something we need to continually evolve?
Definitely evolving. The products are evolving all the time. So technology is changing rapidly, where previously, everything was stored on a tape, VHS. Now we have hard drives, now we have the cloud, so everything's internet and driven, and the technology is so crystal clear. So I could be sitting watching a person from a control room in a shopping centre committing an offence, e.g. shoplifting and the like, auto-track that person from the time they enter the shopping centre to the exit, and then save that footage, give it to police, and then hand the police a video verification of the offence that occurred.
So, Andrew, being a Bartercard member for over 30 years, what advice would you give someone if they were thinking about joining the Bartercard community?
Well, it's helped my business. Bartercard's been an integral part of my business, and now it's re-energised with Andrew Csabi. Got a great team, brought back some previous staff. It's energised the whole business. So I can see that it's going to grow. I've heard radio advertising. I've been to functions now with Bartercard. So it's getting back to the old school of doing business, face-to-face handshake. And in the cryptocurrency world or in the Bartercard world, I think it's going to have a huge amount of success going forward.
Fantastic. Well, Andrew, once again, thank you so much for being here. It's great having you in the studio with us today. And we wish you all the success in the rest of your career.
Thank you very much. And thank you, Bartercard.
Thank you for being with us today and sharing your stories and expertise. If you want to find out how Bartercard can help your business, or if you want to be a guest on our future podcasts, contact our team at hello@bartercard.com. Make sure you tune in for our next episode of the Barter Edge.